Today we're going to look at...
Have you tried turning it off and on again? Have you tried turning it off?
Sometimes whatever we're using, there can be an issue. If it's a computer, it could be something in the memory or a driver issue. If it's equipment, sometimes there can just be something that isn't quite connected. There could be some loose connection there, like this amp. Sometimes it's on. I got nothing. Sometimes I have to go like this. And you hear the speaker crack. Turn it back on. There it is. I don't know. Most devices that we use these days have a power button, right? It's logical, right? You hit the button, it does things. On the computer, sometimes you have to go to a specific menu to turn things off or on. Either way, you can hit the button and it'll bring up something to turn you off, hopefully. Whether it's a power down button or shut down, or a restart button or sleep mode. Generally what we want to do is to make sure you're getting that off state. It's off, it's completely off, it's down, it's shut down. Turn it all the way off. Because that allows the memory to clear up. All the nonsense that's going on gets cleared up. All right, so let's talk about this idea of memory. Your computer's memory, your phone's memory, anything's memory. I'm gonna use black. I have other colors, but I like black because it's the way I like my coffee. Let's say we got a head. Boop, 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 boop. There's your ears, there's your head, there's a thing. This is you, this is your head. It's a head. As we think of things, as we try to remember things, there's going to be things going in our head, like your PIN number. Like it's like 1, 2, 3 is your PIN number, or 1, 2, 2, 3, because I can go 1, 2, 3. Maybe the password for some locked thing that you need a key for. Where do I keep my keys? Maybe you need to go to the grocery store, so you have to make your list of things for your grocery store. Whatever. You have all these things you have to remember, and then there's a new thing that wants to come in. So you have a new thing, let's say you have to remember how to do math. Minus, multiply, divide. That wants to get in there. There's only so many things that you can remember that will keep coming in and adding stuff to your head before you might start getting confused. And that's what can happen to a computer. What ends up happening is you're just like, what's going on, man? I don't know what's going on. And you just get confused. Now, after that, restarts won't give you the full cold shutdown that you need. Okay, let's say you turn it back on and it works. Lovely, that's exactly what you wanted. You tried the problem that you're having before doesn't exist. Then your problem's done. This is why techs will often ask, have you shut it down in a while? I suggest shutting your computer down once a day at least. Don't let your laptop sit sleeping forever. Open it up and work on it. Shut it down every once in a while. Now, on top of that idea of turning things off and on, we have to think about making sure stuff is plugged in. The problem is, sometimes you're vacuuming. If you vacuum, hopefully you vacuum. It's a good thing, hygienic, all those things. But you knock a cable, like it's dangling out of the outlet, or the power strip gets knocked a bit, and it's not quite firmly plugged in. So sometimes you need to make sure those connections are there. A USB cable isn't properly plugged in. It just come out a bit. You have to make sure that cable, sometimes you have to unplug that and plug it back in for repowering the device. A lot of the devices on my computer, they're USB driven. And USB will carry the power to many devices, including webcams, your mouse and keyboard, and like smaller objects that don't require a lot of power. Larger objects, things like external hard drives, might require extra power. So sometimes they'll actually use 2 USB ports, or they'll have a separate adapter. Now with power cycling too, you have to think about other devices. So talk about phones, computers, having the data, you have to turn them off and on, whatever. But your router, if you're having internet problems, walk up to your router, unplug things, wait a while, and come back. If I needed a stable internet connection, I'll power cycle my router, which can take a bit of time. A lot of the time when you're power cycling something, it isn't just unplug it, plug it right back in. You have to wait a specific amount of time. In my head, I count 10 seconds usually, but then it also takes time for it to power back on and restart, get the internet flowing again. If I want to use a wireless, use the Wi-Fi, that takes a bit longer to go with my router. Now, after a power cycle, hopefully all the weird stuff that was happening with your internet is resolved. If it isn't, contact your internet service provider because there might be an outage. There could be any sort of other strange things going on. But again, wait that time. When you shut it down, unplug, count to 10, plug it back in, maybe take a brief break, go play with your dog, which I did, or make coffee, go take a glass of water, wait a few minutes, then see if your Wi-Fi is back up. Test it with your devices. Any device you use, if you're having issues, turn it off and on again. That's as simple as that sometimes. Before you call your tech, turn something off, turn it back on. Unplug it, plug it back in. That's it. Easy peasy. So next time you're having some issue with your computer, just turn it off. Wait. Turn it back on after. I hope you enjoyed this video. I hope it made sense. I hope everything about it was enjoyable to you. If you did like it, then like it. There's a thing down there to like it. Subscribe if you want to see more, and make sure you hit the notification bell as well, because sometimes, even if you're subscribed to a channel, you won't get notified when there's a new video, which I'll be releasing these tutorials every once in a while. Now, my new thing that I'm working on, and it's actually up right now, is my Patreon page. So if you'd like to support me in some of these technical ventures, you can go to my Patreon page, which will have a link in, it'll show up on the screen here, but it'll also be in the description. And you can pay, I think it's, the first tier is about coffee, so it's drip coffee. Like for the price of Starbucks coffee, you can subscribe to me each month. And what you'll get out of that for now, there'll be more later, is you'll get clips of video elements that didn't show up in some of the content I'm working on. Like for this video that I just did, I had one, I'm doing a whiteboard thing talking about internet troubleshooting, and it didn't quite fit into the video's theme, so I put it there. It might come back for another video, but you can view it on my Patreon page if you are a subscriber. So head there, check that out. You can also follow me on Instagram, Facebook, and you can go to my website. And if there are any comments or suggestions, you can put them down the bottom, but also you can contact me directly. Just go to my website, stephenhartman.com. And if you have suggestions on other tutorials you'd like to see, let me know. Otherwise, I'll see you next time.